Hello everyone, welcome back. I want to talk to you guys today about using cover and concealment to hide the mistakes that you will most definitely make in a stressful self-defense situation. Okay, the reality is that nothing goes according to plan. I don't care how much training you do, even if you're somebody like me that trains almost every day. Okay. In a self-defense situation, you're going to be stressed to a level that you've never been stressed before, and you're going to make mistakes. Okay, you're going to make both tactical mistakes, and you're going to make legal mistakes. Okay, so what I'm advising, right, is that if you're going to make those mistakes, you want to make them from a hidden position. So we want to use cover and concealment to give us a better defense. But it has the dual purpose of also covering up our mistakes, because what's going to happen is if we make a mistake, first of all, the people that are attacking us can take advantage of that mistake. For example, it might be a mistake where you hit the magazine release button on your gun and you drop the magazine. Okay, it might even be a situation where the gunfighting hasn't even begun yet, right? There's a potential threat. You get yourself into a position of cover, and perhaps you have people that are at your front gate trying to break through. You're getting yourself in that position, and you hit the magazine release button and you drop your magazine out of the rifle and it falls on the ground. Now, if you do this out in the open, okay. First of all, it's obvious that you have a gun that now probably only has one round in the chamber, and also you're telling the people that are attacking you that you are probably not that well trained, even though you might be, because anybody can make mistakes under very stressful circumstances. Okay, so if you're going to make mistakes, if you're going to make tactical mistakes, you want to do it in a way that is not going to be seen, that other people, that your attackers cannot take immediate advantage of, and also you might make legal mistakes. Okay, and I'm not going to get into the type of legal mistakes that you might make, but you don't want them to be out in the open, where they can be seen. Okay, where they can be recorded. If you're going to make a legal mistake, you want to do it in hiding, and you want to basically discuss this with your attorney in private. You don't want your mistakes to be videotaped and published all over the internet. Okay, so another reason why you want to get yourself into a position of concealment or cover, not be out in the open. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is because just recently we had a situation in St. Louis where a violent mob broke through a gate into a gated community. And were threatening a couple in their home, and the couple came out, and they were armed, and they basically gave verbal warning to the trespassers, right? And I don't know I don't want to get into the details of how threatening the invaders were or were not, but clearly they felt threatened. And what they decided to do is, rather than get into a position of concealment and cover, they came out into the open with their firearms and gave verbal warnings and visual warnings that, hey, we're armed, go away, which the mob did. Okay, it did work. Okay, it did work. The mob saw the guns and they said that, you know what, this is not an easy target. I don't want to mess with these people, and they left. So it did actually work out for the better, but it didn't have to work out that way. You might have had people in that mob that were armed, and they could have immediately shot at them. Okay, because they were out in the open. They could have been killed right there where they were standing in front of their home. So tactically, this was a mistake. Legally, the guy's a lawyer, so I don't want to get into the legality of it. There might be reasons why he did what he did legally. It might, because remember, I don't know what the laws are in St. Louis. I don't know what you can do or what you can't do. So I would, on the legal side of this, I'm going to defer to him that, hey, maybe he knows something that I don't with regard to St. Louis law. But here's the thing. In most places, right, in most places, the law does not give you special protection for issuing warnings. Okay, so if somebody is attacking you and you pull out a gun and you're holding him at gunpoint, okay, well, now you have a situation where somebody is threatening to you, but clearly they're not immediately life-threatening, because obviously you would have shot them, right? If somebody is like in the process of trying to kill you, then you pretty much have to use use lethal force to stop them. So if you have somebody that is threatening you in a way that is potentially lethal, so now you have this weird situation where, yeah, maybe you don't have to shoot them yet, but maybe it might escalate. So here's the thing: if you point the gun at them, it could potentially be said that, hey, you should not have been pointing a gun at them, since they were not they were not a threat. Although, like I said, in this particular case, they were inside a gated community, so I'm pretty sure that the guy was in his right. But the point is that the law does not give you special protections when you're issuing warnings. Okay, the law gives you protections to protect your life against against a lethal threat. So what I advise is you pretty much have you have to get into a position of cover or concealment, if that's all you have, and basically draw a mental line in the sand. Okay, that's the point of no return. That's the point where if they cross this line, or if they do this thing, now what's that line? Hey, it might be lighting up a Molotov cocktail. It might be coming, basically you might have, it might be a gang coming towards your stairs. What distance that is, I don't know. Maybe it's 5 feet, maybe it's 30 feet, I don't know. But you have to draw a mental line where you think that, once they get past that line, they're a deadly threat to me. So you have to draw that line in the sand and take action from concealment, from cover. So like I said at the beginning of the video, you have a tactical defense, right? So you're protected, but also so that your actions are hidden, and you can't have people playing Monday morning quarterback, as is the case with this couple in St. Louis. People are saying all sorts of things. I looked at the video. Yes, their gun handling skills are terrible. These are clearly not people that have received a lot of gun training. But hey, most gun owners don't get to practice regularly. Most people that buy guns for home defense are not going to have the level of training that I have, and that a lot of you guys watching this channel are going to have. I have family members that, hey, they're trained in guns, but they don't have my level of gun training, and they're just going to do the best that they can with what they have, with the information that they have, and they're going to make mistakes, okay? The less training that you have, the more mistakes that you are likely to make, and the point is that you don't want those mistakes to be out in the open for everybody to see, both tactically, right? You don't want your attackers to see that you're making mistakes, and that and for them to think that you're an easy target because you don't know what you're doing. And also you don't want for legal reasons, you don't want people seeing your mistakes. So yes, absolutely, get behind cover and concealment to protect yourself from both of those things. So that's what I wanted to discuss in this video. Again, I'm not going to second guess this couple out in St. Louis. Yes, it's clear that those are not gun people, okay, just from the way they handle the guns. Yeah, that's pretty clear, and that's the reality for a lot of people, for a lot of gun owners. They just, for whatever reason, they don't have that level of training, especially now with all the new gun buyers that we have out there. They don't have a very high level of training. So if somebody's breaking into their house, they're going to do the best that they can with what they have, okay, and with the skill set that they have. They just got to make the best of it, and that's just how it is. And in many places, lots of gun ranges are still closed, so they don't even have the option of going out and getting training. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys have any comments, feedback, put it in the comment section. If you're not a member of the channel, please subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.